This podcast is brought to you by these generous donors: the Jeremy Schmidt Foundation for the Arts, the Alex and Christina Sarrazin Foundation, the Ken Nicholas Charitable Trust, the Straddle Institute, and the Norgard Endowment for Public Media.
Yeah, he was. Though he played as a defensive back in the NFL, it
Spurgeon
says.
win.
Spurgeon win, yes.
He was a gopher?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
robbed
he
my
was.
friend Lisa.
What? This is not where I was expecting this conversation to go.
No,
Yeah.
I met him. He was
Yeah, he went to
hanging
Minnesota.
out
Like,
with someone I knew, and I remember there was this whole big thing about him and someone else who was with him, like stole a bunch of money and jewelry and shit out of her dorm room.
oh no.
Wow. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
I'm not going to
Secondhand
field
news.
any.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to week 8 of the 2025 Hastings Fantasy Football League podcast. My name is Tony. I am joined by Tim, the Commissioner Chamberlain,
Hello.
in the lower right corner. You can't see him because he's working on his e-machines 386 in the basement next to the dehumidifier. Joining him off to the lower left is Mr. J. Ryan Straddle
Why not?
from Hollyweird. And as
Or
always,
Travis's living room. Yeah.
or Travis's living room. And as always, Mr. Teen Mortgage himself, Mr. Ken Nicholas.
Oh,
All right, gentlemen, we are going into week 8 here. We have a packed show here. So there are no commissioner notes as we have discussed beforehand. So let's move right into the week that was. And let me share the screen here. All right. Game number 1, what 5 meal worry versus we ain't found shit. And that I am on, nope, that is this week's game. Sorry. I need to start with the game that actually happened, which was a terrible game for me anyway. Shakespearean Al versus We Ain't Found Shit. Tim, I knew before when we talked last week, I was like, "You're gonna destroy me here. I don't have a chance in hell." And sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
The House of Cards lasts one more week. But, Christian McCaffrey did make it interesting.
Christian McCaffrey is having an amazing year. I mean, it's like him and Jonathan Taylor right now for fantasy MVP, I think. I don't know what you guys, um, maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. But boy, right now, Christian McCaffrey is just amazing out there. But for you, Tim, go ahead and talk about your team here really quick.
Yeah, okay. Well, Jalen Hurts had a passing game against the Vikings for some odd
Yeah.
reason. We'll take that.
326 yards, 3 touchdowns, not too shabby.
Yeah. Nothing on the ground, which was odd.
Oh,
I mean, I think he got maybe a first down or two from,
Yeah.
the brotherly shove type thing. Uh, and then Javonte Williams continues to surprise me, at least.
He's been so good.
Yeah, 14 points again, over 100 yards.
The sixth
I'll take
highest
it.
scoring running back in our fantasy league this year.
Yeah, crazy. Jamar Chase,
Mm.
it's like Joe Flacco has figured out that
Man.
there's one person he needs to target, and that's it.
Mhm.
How many targets was that? 20? 23 targets, 16
Yeah,
receptions.
that's
Wow.
crazy.
Just insane.
The Bengals have
Um,
found their savior, and his name is Joe Flacco. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
23 targets, and he caught 16 of them. That's crazy.
And it's so funny watching Flacco. That guy does not want to take a hit. He will
No.
get rid of the ball instantly. So if he's
Mm.
Any
open or
hit could
not,
be
he's going to throw
season
it.
ending.
Yep,
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's true. Yeah, DK Metcalf disappointing,
pretty
only three
down.
points.
Yeah.
But Devonta Smith, I heard he had his most yardage ever in
Yeah.
his career.
He had some big
Um,
Mm.
catches.
he
Yeah.
had that
Hmm.
long TD strike, and that helps him out 183 yards in a TD. Thank
Wow.
you very
Mm.
much.
Yep.
I cannot figure out the tight end position, which we'll talk
Well,
about
you're not
later, but
alone, though. I mean, everybody is having trouble with tight ends. So,
it's true. But when you go and look at the points you're getting from your starting positions, my tight ends are like, I think I've gotten 18 points this entire season.
Mm.
that's not good.
Zero TDs. I don't think I've ever gotten more than 4 points from my tight ends. So,
It's a
um,
wasteland out there right now for tight ends.
yeah. Kicker, four for Chase McLaughlin,
Mhm.
and the Rams defense.
Yeah, just
Wow.
a
Um,
real kick in the nuts for me there with the Rams defense
I
scoring
know.
15.
yeah,
Yeah.
back-to-back week with 15 points. So
Wow. Good
um,
for them.
they like London apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, on your side, Tony, some disappointments here.
Terrible. So Baker Mayfield, you kind of knew it was going to be a rough night, maybe against the Lions, just because the entire Tampa Bay wide receiving core is banged up. Um,
Mhm.
so Emeka Egbuka did play. He just didn't play very much. Um,
Mm.
he did get 4 points, so it's better than what Kendrick Bourne got for me. Anyway, 6 points for Baker Mayfield. Ashton Genty was unfortunately a part of one of the worst offensive performances in 26 years. Uh, what we found out later, just and of this millennium, it was one,
Wow.
like the worst offensive performance of the millennium. The Raiders only had three first downs. They were just a mess. I don't know, boy, Pete. I don't know if he's gonna want to coach much longer. If this is what he can
Yeah.
get out of the team. 1 point for Ashton Genty. Christian McCaffrey, though, 33 points and keeps me just at a
Mhm.
respectable score. Um,
Half
Kendrick,
your points.
yeah, half my points. Literally half of my points were Christian McCaffrey.
Mm.
Kendrick Bourne with one, Lad McConkey with six, AJ Barner with only one, Eddie Pinheiro nine, and the Packers defense with nine. On my bench, CJ Stroud could have got me an extra point. Tyrone Tracy could have got me an extra 8 points because he actually found the end zone, which is pretty interesting. And then Wandale,
Yeah, that was a pretty fluky play. I was
yeah,
watching that game, and it was just one of those ones where, yeah, they got the outside linebacker out of position, and he just found this unnatural hole and exploited it.
yeah,
But he had something like 5 or 6 carries in that game, right?
yeah. Let's
Yeah.
see,
Well, oh, he had more than I thought. He had nine.
nine for
But yeah,
46 and one
most of his
touchdown.
yards were on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
30, it was a 31-yard touchdown. So
Yeah.
scores from
Hmm.
distance there. And then Wandale Robinson with nine would have been the play over Kendrick Bourne. So yeah, just a terrible week all around for me. So
Mm.
Tim moves to 6-1 with the
Yikes.
best record in our league right now, and I move to 4-3 in the toughest division in the HFFL. Next up, it's Billy's Bible Bonkers versus the Big Beautiful Team.
Mm.
And Al
I
beats
love
Zach
these.
here 58 to 48
Mm.
for Al. Al, unfortunately, just really insists on starting Justin Fields here, guys. And I don't,
Mm.
we're gonna have to have like an intervention.
I mean, he's not
And
even a Jets fan. Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what the connection is.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some money owed somewhere. I don't know, but we got to talk to him about this infatuation with Justin Fields. 2 points for Justin Fields. Kamani Vidal, 2 points as well. How many yards did Justin Fields have this time around? Four. Oh, he improved by 1 yard since week 6. So,
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe I
Did
had
it?
the stat that his total yards in the whole game were equaled by Daniel Jones as other quarterback in the first, maybe the
yes.
first drive or the first
Yeah.
5 minutes of the
Yeah.
game. Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Justin Fields completed 6 passes for 12 yards.
Hmm.
Whew, boy. Kamani
Yeah,
Vidal, 2 points.
three more than week 3.
Yeah. Kyron Williams with 6, Romeo Dubs with 6, Xavier
Hmm.
Worthy 4. And you're looking at this so far and just going, how did Al win this game? Well, he won it because Trey McBride had 17 points, 10 catch, 74-yard performance with 2 touchdowns.
Do
It's
you think Trey McBride likes the quarterback change to
yes,
Jacoby
yeah.
Brissett? Look at those last 2 weeks.
Those
Holy cow.
numbers don't lie. Yeah. And then Matt Gay with 2, and then the Browns defense with 19 points against the lowly Dolphins, who just
Hmm.
are really trying to get Mike McDaniel fired, I think. They just look awful. And Tua looks like he's just
Hmm.
throwing balls, intentional interceptions, it's almost like. But on his
He's still
bench,
throwing catchable balls. Yeah.
yeah. On his bench, Daniel Jones with 14,
Hmm.
and Isaiah Pacheco actually got involved just because the Chiefs were up so big on the Raiders that they were
Hmm.
like, yeah, sure, let's just feed Isaiah Pacheco.
Hmm.
15 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown. On the other side for Zach,
Hmm.
this is pretty ugly. Caleb Williams with 1. Saquon Barkley, guys.
What the heck?
Oh,
Yeah.
Saquon has not scored a touchdown since week 4 and has yet to be over 100 yards this entire season.
saving him for the
Yeah.
playoffs.
On
I,
pace for under 1,000 yards rushing.
Yeah. I should say that he
wow.
did have a receiving touchdown in week 5, but still no rushing touchdowns since week 4. Um, just terrible.
Hmm.
Um, Zach Charbonnet, though, did have 16, only 12 rushes for 49 yards. I mean, the attempts are there. The yardage is nothing to, get too excited about. Um, but hey, 2 touchdowns out of there, so I guess. Roma Dunze with 3, Trey Tucker with 3, Jake Ferguson is doing an amazing job. He's one of the is he might be the number 1 tight end in our league. I'm not sure if one of you can check that,
He's
but
number 3. He's tied for number 3.
is he
He
really?
has 60 points this season, and 2 people have 62. One of them is the rookie for Indianapolis, Warren,
Oh, yes. Uh-huh. Tyler Warren.
and the other I think is McBride.
It is. Yep.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay. I would not have thought that. Yeah,
yeah.
he has scored at least 1 touchdown in his last 4 games. So
Wow.
Jake Ferguson on fire.
Yeah.
Then we got
Yep.
Jason Myers with
Hurt, you
9.
can't flush. Yeah.
And the Jacksonville Jaguars
Ooh.
defense, there has to be someone better that Zach can go find out there.
Well,
Negative.
they're on bye this week, and you know his policy about starting
That's right.
defenses on bye. So can't get you 0.
Gladly take
Can't
that 0.
can't get that. Yeah, can't get -2 this week. So yeah.
On his bench, Matthew Stafford had 23. He would have been the play over Caleb Williams.
Hmm.
Kayshon Boutte would have been the
Hmm.
play over Roma Dunze for an extra 6 points. And Marvin Harrison Jr. would have been the play over Trey Tucker just for an extra point, though.
Go figure.
So, yeah, the points. I mean, I guess if he would have started his optimal lineup, he would have beat Al, but it was not meant to be. So Baby Billy moves to 4-3, while the Big Beautiful team moves to 1-5-1.
Mm.
Next up, Shardy Fartenheimer versus interesting facts about Matt Wallner. Jeremy beats Jay Ryan here 91-80, despite, some very high, some that is a very respectable score at 80. But boy, Jonathan Taylor just continues to run rampant. So for Jeremy, Jordan Love, 8 points. Cam Scatabo with 14, I'm sorry, 16 carries, 60 yards, three catches for 34 yards and a touchdown. And then Jonathan Taylor, 30 points, 16 carries, 94 yards, and three rushing touchdowns.
That
Great
is the
day.
third time this year he has scored 3 rushing touchdowns
Yeah, that
Incredible.
that
in
is
7 games.
that's amazing. That's an amazing stat. Wow. Um, and then Jackson Smith and Jigba, who puts up 17. He has scored in at least a touchdown in the last three games and gone over 100 yards in the last three games. Talk about consistent. Jackson Smith and Jigba has got 8 catches each of the last three games and gone over 100 yards and a touchdown.
And is currently our number one wide
That's
receiver.
what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Totally wasted on Jeremy's team.
Yeah, Jeremy's got the number one running back and wide receiver.
Hmm.
Not so good though is Brian Thomas Jr., who looks absolutely lost, as does that Jaguars offense from time to time. 3 catches, 31 yards on 7 targets. That's real bad. Hunter Henry with 2, Chris Boswell, the Boz with 7, and the Seahawks defense with 9. On his bench, Marquise Hollywood Brown would have been the play over Brian Thomas Jr. for an extra 5 points. 91 total points. Over on the other side for Jay Ryan. Jay Ryan, talk about your team.
I think they did the best they could under the circumstances. There was a lot of negative game scripts, especially in Washington.
Sure.
Knicks vultured two rushing touchdowns within the 5 yard line at Denver. Yeah, just a lot of stuff like that. George Pickens had a catch in the end zone that was broken up due to a pass interference penalty, But Rashee Rice is back.
Rashee Rice returns and has a great game. 7 catches, only 42 yards on those 7 catches, but 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, he has as many red zone. He has the 10th most red zone looks of any wide receiver in the NFL this year after one game.
One game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Will Reichert with
Yeah.
11 or with 17, Tucker
Yeah.
Kraft with 11, and the Broncos defense with 3. So that is a respectable score.
Hey, well, all Jeremy did was beat a team whose first and second round picks were on bye.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah. Good one, Term. And you didn't even start your optimal lineup either.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What a
Terrible.
flunky.
What a bum.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. The way I see it, Jeremy lost. He should have done better under those circumstances.
G. Ryan, what are your thoughts?
I spotted him points and look what he did.
What are your thoughts on Travion Henderson and just
Oh,
like the
well, I can't cut him.
You might be
Yeah.
getting to this later on, but like
Yeah.
the
Panic or
expectation.
placid. Yeah, I'd say it's beyond panic, but it's also one of those things where you just know if you cut him, he's going to run for
Oh,
30 yards.
absolutely. The talent is there. It's just
Yeah.
is he ever going to get the opportunity? And
I could
sure
see him
doesn't
run for
seem like
30 yards for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I'd say
believable.
not anytime soon. He clearly appears to be in the doghouse. Like there's some guy I'd never heard of got 9 rushes in that game over Henderson. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, like
And
literally a running back I'd never even heard of before, which is hard for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Meanwhile,
probably named the skill position rosters of most teams in the NFL, and I'm like, wait a second, who's this guy? And he's getting carries? Yeah.
for sure.
Henderson, yeah, made somebody mad. But also, I think he has the fewest broken tackles of any running back this year with as many
really?
carries as he has.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
not adapting to the NFL game really well. He's not
Yeah.
finding open space as easily as he did
Right.
against Northwestern or Minnesota.
Right.
So
Who would've
sorry,
thought?
things are easy. Yeah, sorry, Travion. Yeah, but you're going to actually have to earn your yards in the NFL. But that said, he clearly has the talent, as we saw in the preseason. He's got wheels, and probably by week 14, he'll get the chance and he'll figure it out after Stevenson fumbles twice at the goal line.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Ramondre Stevenson it seems like he can fumble like every other carry, and it doesn't matter. They're just gonna keep giving it to him. It's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
he's the Donald Trump of the NFL. It doesn't matter what he does. Yeah. Oh, I'm behind
surely
you.
this will be the time.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right.
Making fumbles great again.
Yeah.
Making fumbles.
Exactly. Yeah. No, he meant to fumble.
That's
Fumbling is
right.
good.
That
Yeah.
is all part of the plan.
It's all
Travion
part of the plan. Exactly. Yeah.
Travion Henderson, the steam that he gathered during the preseason, it was just
Mm.
incredible
Yeah. Enough for me to take him in the second round. I was
how
thinking,
fast he
like,
rose the running back ranks there, and then
oh,
boy,
cosmically fast.
yes,
In almost every fantasy prognosticator,
yes,
fantasy pros, all those sites, the podcast were saying, this is the guy that's the league winner this year.
yep,
You want to get Travion Henderson. And
yep,
I
yep,
bet, and it bites.
yeah.
Yeah. It bit back.
So
Yeah.
Shardy gets the victory, moves to 5-2, while interesting facts about Matt Wallner goes to 4-3. Next up, man, the Bong Bus versus Garrick
Mm.
Scolders. Ken beats Brian here 127-81. I don't even know where to begin here because Ken could have gotten 150 points.
Yeah.
Would have been nice.
3
Would
red
have been
arrows.
nice.
Come on, Ken.
3 red hair, yeah.
Mhm.
You starting to bum like Bijan Robinson out there?
Yeah.
Ken, or Tim, I guess I should say, where does 127 points rank in the all-time highest scores?
Yeah, I believe Ken tied Jay Ryan's 127 for second place all time. If you
Mm.
remember, 138 was scored this year, and that is our
Yes.
number 1 of all time by
Right.
Jimmy.
That's right.
Wow.
But I
And
just started one of my other wide receivers over McMillan.
was
Mm.
Jeremy
Finally.
playing Brian on that game as well?
Probably.
He was.
Yep.
Oh, Brian, I'm so sorry.
I love it when math makes sense.
All right. Ken, talk about your embarrassment of riches.
Well, it's more of an embarrassment than anything else. I mean, Bo Nix puts up a very healthy 32 points.
All in
All
the
in
And
the
even
fourth
more
quarter.
importantly, he put up at least 28 of them in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Which is just absolute nonsense.
mind-boggling.
Jameer Gibbs is everything I hoped he would
Fastest man alive.
be. Just, my
that
God,
touchdown, I was
22
like,
miles an hour.
holy crap.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
What?
He was clock top speed of 22 miles an hour as he was
My
running
God.
down that 80, whatever it was, 75, 78
Yeah.
yard touchdown.
And then
It was just
didn't he get
bonkers.
caught on a later play from behind? It was really weird.
I'll get that man.
Oh, he did have one where, the guy, he didn't dodge that last tackle and he got
Mhm.
pulled down. But otherwise, he would have been in there.
Mm.
Bijan Robinson puts up a nice day, 13 points. And then A.J. Brown.
Picks a great time to have
I
his
don't know
best
what
game of
chapter of the
year.
book he's on, but
Yeah.
yes. You
That's
should
the
reread
Vikings.
that one next week.
The
Mhm.
Vikings secondary chapter. It seems to
Yeah.
right a lot of wrongs.
Mhm.
Yeah,
man.
then Tedero McMillan has a bit of a disappointing week, only 3 points. Bryce Young goes out injured that game, so who knows? Maybe Andy Dalton will turn things around there.
Mm.
And then my newly acquired tight end,
How'd
Darren
that work
Waller,
out for you?
tears a pectoral muscle. I'm pretty sure he's done for the year.
That's probably right.
I
But-
heard he did not actually tear it. What did they say? So he's likely only going to be out the 4 weeks, I heard earlier.
Oh, just 4 weeks.
Yep. Just in time for a
Strained.
bye week.
Just in time
It's
for when I might need it.
The strained pectoral, they're saying.
Yeah. Well, you'll have him for the playoffs, Ken.
Exactly. All rested up.
You can put him on the IR because he was made place.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
I'll consider it. But who needs him when you have Brandon Aubrey putting up 15 points
15.
Yeah.
and then the New
know.
England defense putting up another healthy 16? So,
Jeez.
when you got your special teams
Wow.
putting up 31 points,
Mm. The rest is
that's how you get
gravy.
them big scores.
Wow. So then on your bench, you've got Keenan Allen, who we should also say you had 2 quarterbacks battling against each other there.
Finally.
Mhm.
22 Jackson Dart scored 22. And then, which probably going into that third quarter, you were just like, I started the wrong quarterback
I
again.
absolutely. I was about to send Tim a text, me like, Tim, I accidentally started Bo Nix over
Yeah.
Jackson Dart. How
Hmm.
about you correct that?
It's
And
Christmas.
you know what? It all worked out.
In terms of weekly points, those were the number one and number three scoring quarterbacks
Wow.
this week. Jackson Dart and Bo Nix.
He,
Only Matthew Stafford at number two comes
yes.
between them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
believe also wasn't started.
That's
Yes, that's
true.
right. He
Yeah.
wasn't.
mhm.
Yeah, anyhow.
Keenan Allen was 17, would have been the play over Bijan. Travis Hunter actually got
Unexpected.
yeah, eight
Wow.
catches, 101 yards, one touchdown. He clearly his best game of the year so far, and it sounds like from what I'm hearing has moved kind of exclusively over to the offense, from what I hear.
I
Hmm.
might consider starting him.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to wait another week to find out.
Mm.
And then Kyle Pitts would have been an
No, he
improvement.
should start him this week. Sorry.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts would have been the play over Darren Waller, but who wouldn't have been the
Hmm.
play over Darren Waller? So
Yeah.
on the other side for Brian, Brian scores 81 points.
Oh man, just
That's
sneak
really
that.
good.
Yeah.
That's really
45 points on that Thursday night game after I was talking
Mm.
shit about it.
good.
Mhm.
Ugh, regrets.
Uh,
Damn you, funny face.
for Brian, Aaron Rodgers with 18, Rico Dottle with 8, kind of comes back down to earth a bit. 17
Yeah,
carries.
Hubbard was back though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Chubba.
Yep.
Mhm.
But
Chuba.
still,
Oh
79
my
yards.
God,
Pretty
I
good.
hadn't looked at Rico's lines before.
Yeah.
His two games without Chuba. Oh my God,
Yep. Real good.
53 carries
Oh,
for
that Dallas game was nuts.
389 yards in two
Yes.
games.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Real good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Brees Hall, boy,
Mm.
Still in New Jersey.
I just
Yeah.
like, man, the Jets. Do you want any part of the Jets? I don't know.
Mm.
T. Higgins had a nice game and has really like it's funny. Hey, boy, you get a quarterback in there who knows their way around a bit, and wow,
Hmm.
both T. Higgins and Jamar Chase really have stepped up. Chris Olave was 17, Zach Ertz 8, Evan McPherson with 15, and the Pittsburgh Steelers defense with 0. On his bench, Ramondre Stevenson would have been the play over
Hmm.
Rico Dowdle for an extra, for 6 points. And then CeeDee Lamb, he benched CeeDee Lamb. Now, I can kind of see
He
that's
was
his
just
first
coming
game
back from an
back,
injury.
Coming
but
back from an
still,
injury. Yeah, you don't know where he's at
that's a tough
exactly.
one to bench, boy. But
It is, but an injury
I hear you.
return is different
I
from a
hear you.
suspension return. Like I felt pretty confident starting Rice because he hadn't been hurt.
Yeah.
But when you come back from someone who had been hurt, Kittle for me or Lamb for him, like it makes sense to be a little cautious. But
Yeah.
that said, you were going to say him instead of Brees Hall, right? And go
Yes.
three wide.
Yep. I
Mhm.
think in the future, that's maybe what the path that Brian should consider is going three wide, getting CeeDee
Hmm.
Lamb into that lineup while still having some of those other high-powered options out there because
Yeah.
Brees Hall just ain't gonna cut it. And then the Commanders' defense with 1 point would have been an improvement over the Steelers, but yeah. So the Bong Bus gets the victory, moves to what, 4-2-1.
Mhm.
You're 4-2-1 and you're sitting on top of the Poochie division.
Mm.
Hey, it's a great place to be.
You son of a bitch. Okay. And then Garrick Scolders moves to 1-6.
Oh, poor guy.
There was the unfortunate stat. Ken, did you have that unfortunate stat that Jeremy passed along?
Yeah, so Jeremy is currently our top point scorer with 617 points. Or excuse me, 610.
600, was 610. Yeah.
610. But Brian has managed to been outscored because points against is 617.
Yeah.
So he has just been getting slammed.
Just pummeled.
It's like even if he played against the best team
Yeah.
every week, he still was getting outscored by his opponents by an additional 7 points over the last 7 weeks.
And like we
So
discussed, he had the unfortunate coincidence of facing the highest scoring lineups in the history of the league
yes.
this season.
Yeah, brutal.
Incredible. All right, moving on to three ball combo versus breakfast clubbing seals. Aiden gets the victory here, 74 to 50. Not a strong effort by Travis's squad.
Mm.
For Aiden, Patrick Mahomes, who is having a great year, 19 points for him.
Yeah, he's the number one quarterback in the league.
Number one.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Ken W3 with 4. Jalen Warren with 15. That's probably
Mm.
his best game of the year. Yes, it is his best game of
Mm.
the year. Clearly yardage wise, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Mm.
Justin Jefferson with 6, Amon-Ra St. Brown with 12, Tyler Warren with 11, Cam
Mm.
Little with 1. Hmm.
Mm.
There's got to
Well,
be
it's
better kicker.
Jacksonville's kicker,
Got to
so.
be better kicker options out there.
Mhm.
And the Colts defense with 6 on his bench. Quentin Johnson sitting on the bench with 7 points, and the Lions defense would have been an improvement over the Colts by a few. On the other side for Travis, Justin Herbert, really the only one that needs to be talked about here. 22 points, and the rest of his lineup is pretty terrible.
Mhm.
7 for Devon A. Chan, 3 for Rashad White, 3 for Nico Collins. Jesus, Nico Collins. What have you,
Man.
what
He
is
got
he?
hurt again too, right?
Yeah,
Concussed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Ugh. Drake London with 4, Jake Tungus with 0, Jake Bates with 7, and the Vikings defense with 4. On his bench, RJ Harvey.
Hmm.
He was another player that preseason had a lot of steam. Looks like he had a receiving touchdown. Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah. 4 carries for 0 yards, 1 catch for 2 yards. But hey, a touchdown. That's all you
But
need.
hey. And then
Like a
Jordan
Jimmy Kleinsasser line.
Jimmy Kleinsasser, yeah. Jordan Addison with 12 would have been a play over Nico Collins, and
Mm.
TJ Hawkinson could have had even more. The
Oh
very
yeah, I mean, he was robbed, man. That was
robbed of that I'm going to say
a
catch that he
ticky
had one.
tack. Oh, no kidding. Yeah.
So
Oh my
I don't
God.
know what a catch is anymore. Apparently,
If Patrick Mahomes had thrown it, it would have been a catch.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, he just runs his credit card right over to the referee and
that's right. Hmm.
taps it, and
Yeah. I'll see you at our steakhouse.
that's right. Three ball combo gets the victory there. They move to 4-3, while Breakfast Clubbing Seals move to 3-4. And the last game, it's K Sarah versus What Five Mio Worry. And talk about being on
Mhm.
the short end of the stick here. Jeff has been having some nice performances go that get squandered by facing teams that are putting up some big points as well. For Lucky, Jaden Daniels with 15. He does leave the game though with the hamstring injury. Um, that's going to put Lucky in a tight spot here moving forward. DeAndre Swift with another great game for DeAndre Swift. 18 points for him.
Hmm.
2 games in a row that have been really strong for DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, and he's
De-
splitting carries lately too. So
that's
18
right.
points is super impressive.
Devontae Adams with 21.
Mm. How is
Um,
life without Nakua,
that's
huh?
right.
Three
Yeah, he's
touchdowns,
getting the
all
right. He's
one
getting the
yard
George Pickens
touchdowns.
treatment. Yeah.
Well, he's clearly coming over for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 catches, 35 yards. Yeah. Three
Mhm.
touchdowns. Crazy. And then Michael Pittman with 14. Jalen Waddle. Hey, he's a Dolphin, so obviously
Mm.
not doing anything.
One is good. Yeah.
Sam Laporta with 1. Harrison
Mm.
Butker with 7, and the Eagles defense with 9. On his bench, Chase Brown.
Hmm.
Boy, that was
Really interesting
You
to
would have
bench
thought
Chase Brown and start Waddle, but
his first good game of the year, Chase Brown. 11
yeah.
carries, 108 yards.
Hmm.
Boy, having a competent quarterback really changes everything.
Yeah.
On the other side for Jeff, Drake May looks
Oh,
fantastic. Just
yeah.
is looking like the Patriots made the right decision
great keeper
Yeah.
by Jeff.
here. Yeah,
Yeah. Excellent keeper. I think he's the number 3 scoring quarterback in our league.
I
Drake
believe
May.
it.
Yeah. That's phenomenal.
doing great.
Yeah.
Considering like his receiving options there
Mm,
in New England, I mean,
yeah.
Stephon Diggs and then kind of a collection of
And
I
he
know.
just looks the part.
he
Like
Yeah.
he
does.
doesn't look
Yes.
like a second year player to me. He
Right.
just yeah.
I'd love to write the waiver wire article for a fantasy site because you can just plug in whatever random Patriots receiver was good the week before. It's
That's right.
always someone different that nobody owns.
That's all right.
And then everyone rushes to get him, and then it's somebody else the following week.
Well, back to Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, then back right, exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
But the constant in all of that is May. Yeah, May has
Yeah.
just been phenomenal. And I think they've been designing runs for him this year, which they
Yeah.
weren't doing last year, and that's helped him a lot too.
Josh Jacobs has been Mr. Consistent as well. Another game. His
Hmm.
third game of 2 touchdowns.
Hmm.
The yardage maybe not there as much, but hey, when you're scoring 2 touchdowns, doesn't really matter. Leroy Horde, baby.
Exactly.
Quinshawn Judkins, just a boy.
Boy,
I
another
hate to say
keeper.
it, but yeah, definitely a keeper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
25
Another
carries.
contender for Rookie of the Year too, along with Tyler Warren, I'd
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Yeah.
25 carries, 84 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Mm.
Mike Evans leaves the game early. He apparently broke his collarbone slash got concussed. Looked awful when he was leaving the field. I'm not sure he knew exactly where he was when he was leaving the
Oh.
field. Looked terrible. Looked in a lot of pain. Jerry Judy for a point. I mean,
Mm.
ugh, Jerry,
Yeah.
2 catches, 17 yards. He hasn't scored a touchdown yet this year.
Mm. Yeah, feel free to judge Judy. Right.
Dallas Goddard, 0 points. Hey, the Vikings really held down that tight end
That's
position.
right.
Nice
Boy, did they
job,
lock
Vikings
down tight ends
defense.
in South Dakota.
That's
Yeah.
right. Boy, we locked them down. Nice.
Just wait till
Hey,
they
it
play
scored
Tucker
4
Kraft.
previous weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker, 6 points, and the Texans defense with 11. On his
Mm.
bench, the only switch out would have been Travis Kelce for Dallas Goddard.
Mm.
It wouldn't have even been close to enough.
Mm.
Lucky gets the victory. Case Rossera moves to 3-4, while Jeff's team moves to 2-5. And that is the week that was. Ken, what happened in transactions this week?
Well, we started off hot with a trade. Uh, I mean,
We did?
not a great trade, but it's a
Are you talking
trade.
about the one between
Oh, yeah.
Jeff and I?
Yeah, so interesting facts about Matt Wallner. Give up Khalil Shakir and a ninth round pick. And of course, Jeff, who would put up with this nonsense, gives up Jerry Judy and an eighth round pick. Again, similar to Tony's question of last week, why were picks involved?
Why were the
Well, I was going to
players
cut
involved?
Judy instantly. I'm just
Yeah.
trading up around. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get some value from Shakir. Yeah, who I was probably going to cut this week.
Yeah,
Jeez.
see, you just gotta wait. And sometimes those donuts are on the top of the trash can.
Yeah.
Just gotta be patient.
Yeah.
You also spend a pretty penny on a Rondé Godston, dropping Michael Carter, spending
Yeah.
27.
Arg.
I
Yeah,
love a rookie
I get
tight
it.
end who catches 7 catches for 164 yards.
Yeah, that was a great performance. The week before he had 7 catches for 68, so he's
Yeah.
definitely
Mhm.
involved in the offense. That's what you want to see, and yeah, just had a great game against the Colts.
It's
And wasted money on Darren Waller. I would have had a more competitive bet.
no.
Jeff picks up Tez Johnson for 20, dropping Emmanuel Wilson. I think that's a smart choice
Yeah.
A
because,
replacement for Evans, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
Evans is going to
with
be
Evans out,
Yeah.
collarbone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian picks up the 49ers defense, dropping the Commanders for 8. Tony, you pick up
Kylie Minogue.
yes,
Yeah.
the Australian. She's going to do great.
Yeah.
For 7, dropping Hassan Haskins.
Yeah, I can't get him out of my head.
And then Tim, you picked up the Buccaneers defense, dropping Ray Davis. Lucky picks up Joe Flacco, which I think is actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah,
dropping
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, fixes
that's a
that
smart pickup.
quarterback issue.
That's kind of under the radar, but that's a clever move.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, most other people have their QBs, so he's just out there for the taking.
Hmm.
And I believe he needed someone this week, and Trevor
Exactly, because
Lawrence
he
is
had
on
Trevor
bye.
Lawrence. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, and then Jay Ryan, you pick up the Bears defense, dropping Jerry Judy.
On the
Um,
assumption that Lamar Jackson is still out, otherwise I might have to switch out that defense again Sunday morning. We'll see.
he's practicing. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
let you know.
I saw. So I might have just wasted $3.
Hmm Tony, you drop Braylon Allen. You're just like,
Mhm.
nope, bad
Just
penny.
dropped.
I,
Yeah. No
he was
He just
corresponding
waved
action.
him. He
he
just
was
waved.
he was on my injured reserve, and I just didn't like the look of him sitting there doing
I just
nothing.
didn't like the look of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
He
opened the
hates.
car door and kicked him
Yep.
out.
Just like,
Yeah.
"Nah, I can't have you. You're just a bad look for the team. Sorry.
It's the curse of Owen Daniels. He just can't have
I
Wisconsin
don't
players.
want any Jets on my roster, even if they are on the injured reserve."
Yeah. Yeah. Even if they can't actively hurt you,
That's
their
right.
vibes are hurting you.
That's
Yeah.
right. Bad vibe.
Hmm.
And now we have an interesting trade. Jay Ryan, you give up George Kittle and your
Yeah.
12th round pick of next year. In exchange, Tim, you're giving up Kate Otten and your 5th round pick plus 9 blind bidding dollars.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, Tim clearly needed a tight end. He sent out that
Yeah.
email, and he actually made the opening salvo to me. And I thought, well, I'm trading within my division and I'm making the best team in our division stronger. But then I thought, if it hurts Jeremy, I'm going to do it.
Vendetta. All
And
right.
I
Yeah.
have dealt, and my theory here is I have dealt with crappy tight ends for like 3 years, probably more than that. And
Yeah.
I'm just sick of it. And it's
Yeah, I
just,
get it.
I just want
And
us to cut out tight ends. Can we do that mid-season? Can we just decide right
hey,
now
you know
that
what? In
we're,
my other league, we got rid of the tight end position. It's tight end. You can use the tight end as a wide receiver, and we
So
have.
it's a wide receiver, tight end flex position,
Yep.
Oh my God.
like in
It
our
would just
Shadow
make the
League.
wide receiver pool a bloodbath.
Well, I mean, there's some legitimately good tight ends like Tyler
Yeah.
Warren and Brock that you'd
So
want,
there's going to be 3 guys.
Jake
There's gonna be 3 tight ends.
Jake
Yeah, right.
Ferguson's in there.
Bruce
Yeah.
And then
Ferguson,
9 other wide receivers yanked
Kraft,
off the
Tucker Kraft.
waivers plus
Yeah.
benches.
You'd be surprised. People will just because they're desperate. They'll throw anybody out there. But
Yeah.
my question is for Tim. Tim, you say that you want a sturdy tight end. George Kittle has played in one game so far this year.
He's
yep,
buying low.
yep.
Uh-huh.
It's a risk. Jay Ryan didn't make me go up a little bit and that I was hoping for in the round pick, but
Hmm.
um, yeah, I don't know. I was just feeling like I got to do something. And
You have also been on
It's either that or Gabriel Dillon throwing to Harold Fanning.
you have
Yeah.
also, if I remember correctly, been on the George Kittle amusement park ride before and
I have.
have wanted to get off.
Nostalgia.
Yeah,
It hits all of us at this age.
Yeah.
That's right.
yeah, and the thing that maybe is a little bit or makes him, I guess, maybe a little bit more attractive to me is just all the injuries. Like Brandon Ayuk still isn't
Yeah.
back.
They
Ricky
d-
Pearsall's out.
They have a limited number of people who can catch the ball in San
Yeah,
Francisco.
and
Yeah.
hopefully Brock Purdy comes back, and he was kind of hyper targeting Kittle last year, so maybe that continues. So, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Jay Ryan gets an extra high round pick next year.
All right.
Yeah, my 5th round picks were the only ones that turned out. My 2nd round picks didn't.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that it for transactions, Ken?
I'm
Yeah,
glad.
that's going to do it.
Late additions. Okay. Oh,
Well,
because-
hang on. Let me refresh.
no, because it's Wednesday still.
No, we're still locked out. Yep.
Yeah, we're still locked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
But that rule is
And
going to
thankfully,
change.
there's no game happening right now for us to comment on. And yeah, it's kind of nice.
That's right. I do like doing it Wednesday, I will say. All right. We are going to move to get Jay Ryan and Tim's annual mid-season report. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
Oh, wonderful. Tim, do you want to get us started? I know you've written more intense overviews. Did you start
Yeah.
with the Chi division like I did?
I just went to the rosters page and I was going through. I skipped over my team, but I just went in order there.
Oh,
But I
okay.
will say this, and I shared it with the guys on the podcast here. This is always one of my favorite things of the year, just to see Jay Ryan's take and to see where things will end up and things. I kind of enjoy it.
Mhm.
So thank you
Okay.
for doing this yet again this year.
Yes.
Oh,
And
you're
we can,
welcome. It's a pleasure for me. And I had the time today. I had a couple of meetings today, but afterwards I had about an hour and a half. It was perfect. It's exactly how much time I spent on this, which was probably an hour and a half too long. But still, like I put some thought into it. Got stats. Al provided a stat. Do you mind if we start with Al's team out of honor
Let's
to
do it.
him? Did you profile Al's team, Tim?
I did. Yes, that was
Oh,
my
okay.
first
Okay, then
team.
you go
Yep.
first.
Yeah, well, I kind of went in the past year, Ryan. You've kind of done a surprise player
Hmm.
and maybe some disappointing players, and then kind of looked at the outlook going forward. So, for me, I that's kind of what I did. So his surprise player, I don't think you need to go much further in the roster here than Daniel Jones.
Absolutely.
Our number 6 overall quarterback. Remember, he wasn't even drafted. He was assigned before week 1.
Hmm.
And the unfortunate part for Al is he's only started him once.
Mhm.
And Al is still 4-3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mistakes were made, as
Yeah.
say.
Yep. Did you have a another surprise player or anyone
No,
else that kind of stuck out to you? Okay.
that's the obvious pick, Tim. Yeah, you nailed it. A 100-point QB off the waiver wire. Wow. Yeah. It's as good as it gets. Now, I thought his weakness or his weak position is wide receiver.
Yeah.
Like Romeo
Agreed.
Doubs is his leading wide receiver with 50 points, but Romeo scored 38 of those points before Al owned him.
Yeah. You know neither the day nor the hour to start Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah. Yeah. I also prognosticated keepers, and Tim, let me know if you agree with me believing that he'll repeat his keepers from last year, McBride and Williams.
Yes, I think had Omarion Hampton not
Oh,
gotten injured, I
yeah.
think he
Yeah.
could have been optioned, but he would be a first round pick. And I
Yeah.
That's
don't
true.
know that,
I don't know if
yeah, that,
he's earned that
Yeah.
quite.
I
yep.
say you're keeping him above cost at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. And finally, I have via Al a special section I call it the unsustainable anomaly, which I think is a Righteous Brothers song. Um, Al is 4-1 when scoring under 70 points and 0-2 when scoring over 70 points.
There's his Mendoza line. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, the
That
reverse
that
Mendez.
folks is the unsustainable anomaly. And I did playoff uh, predictions for everyone in the league. I predict Al will not make the playoffs. That it's a long season. His 445 points represent not only the second lowest in his division, but the fourth worst in the league. I don't see that changing unless he starts Daniel Jones more often. Even then, it's
Yes.
yeah. So I'm looking at his division, and I think Lucky's going to overtake him. I just don't see another outcome for this division. I think Al's luck is going to run out, and Lucky's luck will get more lucky. Oh my God. Um, anyway, yeah, that's the way I see it. Do you see it the same way, or do you think Al will keep the streak growing? What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of thought Al, because of the division he's in, I think he's got an upper hand. And I guess I worked under the assumption that he was going to start Daniel Jones, but maybe
Mm.
that's a fallacy
Mhm.
that will happen. But
Yeah, he's got
I
a
think
sunk
he's got a
cost fallacy
chance.
with his current QB, right? That's what you
Yeah.
call it. So Daniel Jones, I mean, he's the waiver wire pickup, and you just inherently don't trust those guys, I guess, right? Yeah.
Because
Anyhow,
Heinrich wanted him to sign Daniel Jones, right?
oh
Wasn't that
wow,
the only reason he signed him or something like
Thank God
wow.
someone this is a shred of
I'm so
common
glad
sense.
Heinrich is. I'm so glad Heinrich isn't in our league yet. He'd beaten
Yeah.
7-0 from the sound of things. But yeah, did you have any other talking points about Al's team, Tim?
Just that I spent probably my most time looking at Al's because it's the first one I looked at. But I do think it's interesting to note that Al's not doing too bad, having lost his first round pick in Neighbors And his
Hmm.
second round pick has been on IR with Hampton
Yeah, that's true.
early. And
Yep.
then his next three wide receiver picks were Xavier Worthy, Calvin Ridley, and Chris Godwin. And
Mm,
they haven't really
mm,
done anything for
no,
Hal.
no.
Wow, he picked Chris Godwin that early. Oh,
Hmm.
jeez.
Yeah, ninth round.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Drinking was involved.
Yeah, it must have been.
that's true. Yeah,
I
I wonder where
I
we were.
can.
I don't remember.
The glut worked.
All right,
Yeah.
what team is up next?
Yeah, if we stay in the division, Tim, did you do a profile on Lucky?
I did not make it to Lucky. He's at the
Okay,
bottom of the list, I guess. So no, sorry. All
okay,
yours.
I'll do a quick hit on him then. He's 3-4. I predict he'll make the playoffs. I believe he'll win the division. I think he's got a pretty strong team, a pretty steady team. And what's more, he's very active on the waiver wire throughout the season. He has plenty of waiver wire money left to go. He's only eighth in our league in total points, but he's got good skill players. I mean, with the Swift injury, things are a little in question at running back for him. Um, but yeah, he's got really strong receivers in Devontae and Pittman, 70 and 66 points respectively. I feel like in this division, that's enough to carry it. He's got a steady team, not a spectacular team, but good enough to win this division. What do you and Ken, Tony, any thoughts?
I think yeah, it's kind of deceiving. You look at Lucky's team, and he's well right now very banged up. He's got a lot of
Yeah.
people who are
Hmm.
hurt. Um, but yeah, looking at those running backs, there's no one who like stands out as great,
Mm.
but it's DeAndre Swift having a pretty solid year so far,
Yeah, but the
especially the last couple of
Australians there
weeks.
starting to
Um,
debut.
Hmm.
Kareem Hunt and
Hmm.
Chuba Hubbard. There,
Chase Brown, who's
well, Chase
who's
Brown.
like now that Flacco is a
Now
quarterback.
yeah, he's a bit more of a
Hmm.
of an option. And then Devontae Adams, Michael Pittman. Th those are all great options. So yeah, it is. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on the Jaden Daniels injury and just
Yeah.
see how long that's going to be there. But picking up Joe Flacco was a good move. So yeah,
He can
Yeah,
make
I
some
think
updates to his roster. Kendry Miller, isn't he out?
he's
he's
done
not
for
in
the
it.
year.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah. So
I
Not a
do
keeper,
think
Lucky.
you kind of hinted at this, Tony. I think it does hinge his performance will hinge on Jaden Daniels and whether he's
Hmm.
healthy.
yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Next team.
Jeff, did you do a profile on his team, Tim?
Yes, I did do a short one on his. Yep.
Oh, great. Let's hear it.
Yeah, so Jeff's surprise player, I don't think is any surprise to any of us, should be Quinshawn Judkins. Um, I have him, I think he's the second best rookie fantasy wise, and he's going to be a great keeper option.
Yeah.
He's the number 8 running back in average points per game.
And he missed the
Um,
first week.
yes, and and most of training camp, and boy, that sky's the limit for that guy. Um,
Mhm.
and Drake May needs
Drake
honorable
May.
mention here too as a
And
surprise. We
and he's
talked
going to
about him
be
early. Yep.
for a trade or for a keeper next year. He got him for what, a 15th this year?
It's going to be
Yes,
a
something.
big either
Yeah.
15th or a 16th
Yeah, and then
14th round pick.
he's going to get him for what, like a 14th next year? That's a steal.
Yeah.
Yeah. For that guy. Yeah. And then Quinshawn is going to be a sixth rounder, I think.
Yeah. And
Yikes. All
and
right.
Josh Jacobs has been doing solid job this year. So yeah,
Yeah.
if
His
you
running back stable is the strongest in the league.
even the and there's only
Only
three of
got
them.
three guys,
Yeah,
but
but they're great.
they're all great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there
Yeah.
is a glaring weakness on the team, though.
Yeah. You still have to start wide receivers, and
You
that's where we run
still
into a problem.
unfortunately need to start pass catchers.
Yeah,
Yes.
Khalil Shakir represents a significant upgrade for this group,
Yes.
in that he's the starting wide receiver on a strong offensive team. And he picked up Tez Johnson this week too, which is a good sign. He'll
Yeah.
replace
Hmm.
Evans, but still, um, yeah. I mean, Debo Samuels was his high scorer at the position, and he's had injury problems. Good when he plays, but will he play? Yeah. So, like a lot of teams in this division, like every team in this division, it's a pretty flawed roster top to bottom.
Hmm.
But with those running backs and that quarterback, he could pull out some surprises. His problem right now is that he's 2-5.
Yeah.
So he's really got to dig out of a
Run out of
hole.
time. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, he is. He's got to string some wins together to have a shot at the playoffs. Right now, just simply because of being 3 under 500, I don't think he'll make the playoffs, but he'll be a ruiner in the
For
toilet bowl
sure.
bracket.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Next team, Zach. Did you do a profile on him, Tim?
Yes, I did.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so Zach's surprise player, Jake Ferguson, is
Oh, I
tight end.
heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Geez, when you get a tight end who scores a touchdown in 4 straight weeks, basically a late round pick, and he's the number 3 tight end overall.
You've struck
Um,
gold. Yeah.
yeah, you've been great. The other one I thought would be worth highlighting is Roma Dunze. He's our
Yeah.
number 10 wide receiver, and while he didn't have a great week last week,
Right.
he has been really good,
Mm-hmm.
He has
and I
been
didn't
very
see that
solid.
coming.
Yeah.
Oh, me neither.
Yep. Disappointments for Zach's team.
Ooh,
I
one
thought
of the
there is
biggest
just
ones.
too
Where do you
many.
start? Yeah.
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 I think the headliner is Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
While he's got 62 points, which is decent over 7 weeks, when you have a running back who's number 1 overall
Yeah.
by most boards, he was Zach's keeper,
Mhm.
but you need more points than that. So maybe he turns it around in the second half. But adding to that, the disappointments, obviously the JJ McCarthy injury and not being able to play him after keeping him all last year. I think that adds to it. Marvin Harrison has done nothing. And the Terry McLaurin injury has really, I
Yeah.
mean, do we even know if Terry McLaurin is coming back?
No idea.
It sounds like,
No idea.
I believe he's practicing this week.
okay, so maybe
Oh,
there's hope.
all right. But
I know a
where?
couple weeks ago they didn't know if he was going to be
Yeah.
done for the year or what.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
JJ McCarthy, just like, yes, it's the ankle injury, but then even if he comes back healthy from the ankle injury, just the general suckiness of him, just, oh God,
Mhm.
I don't know if he can put much stock into that. So,
Yeah, he was seeing ghosts out there the last time I watched him play.
yeah, just
Yeah.
looked lost.
Yeah.
Any notes for you, Jay Ryan?
Yeah, no, that about covers it. Under playoffs, I wrote absolutely not. Um, it is impressive that he has a tie, but only 300, he's the lowest scoring team in the league at
Yeah.
377 points. Like Brian's recent weeks have pulled him well ahead of Zach.
Yeah.
And Zach's overall team is not as bad as it seems. And you look at his starting lineup and go like, all right, that can shock you. That'll steal win. Maybe it will against me this week. Just wait.
Hmm.
But I feel like, people like to push him around and say, "Oh, I can't wait till I play Zach." But he's got to win in a tie. Yeah, he'll surprise you. I mean, those are Saquon, Turd Ferguson. Those guys will,
Yep.
those guys can score. So you can't sleep on him. But he's not a playoff team.
All right. Next team.
I did the scratchy division next, so that leads up with Tim. Tim, did you profile your own team?
I did not. I thought I had spoken enough about my
Oh,
House of
no.
Cards team, as I call them. Yes.
I'm very impressed with your team. You've got the sixth and 10th highest scoring running backs. Running back pairing exceeded only by one other owner who's also on this call. In terms of starting lineup punch, 577 total points. Remarkable. I would say your only weakness was tight end, and you may have solved that today. And in terms of keepers, Chase perhaps at cost considering his output. But what about Woody Marks? Are you thinking about him as a free agent keeper if he's the starting running back in Houston next year? What do you think, Tim?
That's an interesting thought. I hadn't really given much thought to my other keeper, I guess. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, Jamar
Yeah,
Chase,
it's,
I would
it's
say, is
early, but
probably the front runner. Yep.
yeah.
It's funny because even though Javonte Williams has done really well this year, I don't think he would be on anyone's keeper radar for next year.
Yeah, I know, right? As good as he's looked, you just don't want to be that guy holding the
Yeah. I think
30,
he's on a
30-year-old
one-year
running back.
deal. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a remarkable ride so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, if and when the Cowboys are in the playoffs, I wouldn't be shocked if he's at least splitting carries with someone if he's still healthy.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's a merry-go-round that's going to suddenly stop. But until then, yeah, it's a remarkable one to have. And yeah, you've exploited it to a 6-1 record. I'd say you're inevitable to make the playoffs, which is no small feat in our division.
All right. Next
Yeah.
up.
Next person I had up was Tony. Tim, did you do a profile on Tony?
I did. I did some. I'll be curious to see Tony's reaction to some of this. Surprise. Clearly to me, it's Ibeka. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best rookie, I'd say, and
Mm,
has to be at the top of your keeper list, I assume, Tony.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He would be a third round pick, still high. Yeah, for this year, though, yeah, the injury could possibly hold him back a little bit. I'm not sure. Um, and then the other surprise, I don't know if he'd call it a surprise, but it's good to see Christian McCaffrey
I think
get
it is
back
a
to the
surprise. I
form.
think there was a lot
Yeah.
of people who were scared off by last year and were a little hesitant to take him first round
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
overall. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
and
passed
good
on him.
job
I
by
took
you,
Derrick
first
Henry over
round.
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yep. Your disappointments, Brock Bowers,
oh,
probably. Now some of that's
Mm.
injury related. Um,
And
and I
quarterback
kind of
related.
team that with, yeah, and that feeds into Ashton Genty.
Mm.
Having two Las Vegas Raiders. I know you don't
I
like the
know.
Jets, but how about
No,
the
you're
two
right.
Raiders in your
Oh.
lineup?
I
Yeah.
will say, Ashton has his 69 points so far, not great, but not awful either.
No, not bad.
No.
And
Yeah.
it's like I consider it like a miracle that he even has that many behind that absolutely god awful offensive line in Las Vegas. So, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it certainly could be a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
Honorable mention, if I was for a surprise for you, is probably Baker Mayfield to me. Like I
Yeah,
didn't think he was going to repeat last year, and people were talking about him as being an MVP candidate
yeah,
up
he's
until last
legit.
week. He's
Yeah,
just been
he,
solid.
he is legit. Um, cool.
Yeah.
Any other
Next.
notes?
Yeah, and I think you'll make the playoffs, Tony.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you.
I said in any other division, this team would be the favorite, but
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
in a
Yeah. It's
really
a
rough
strong team.
division.
yeah,
I
jeez.
remember being really impressed with Tony's team after the draft and just feeling like this is just a fundamentally sound starting lineup.
Well,
Yep.
Lad McConkey has been a little bit of a disappointment this
Mm.
year. And then, Matthew Golden, like, what are the
Mm.
any of the Packers pass catchers are just
Oh.
I don't know what to do there. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a lot like
it's
the Bills,
frustrating.
actually. They're really successful
Yeah,
team from one win-loss standpoint with mobile quarterbacks where none of the wide receivers are that bankable in fantasy.
right.
Or
Yeah,
they'll have spike weeks, but there's not that consistent output like there is like with CeeDee Lamb or
right. Right.
yeah, or Chase or yeah, a wide receiver of that caliber or yeah, no one draws that many targets on either of those teams. The Packers are really spread them around team, and both teams also use the tight end quite a bit
Hmm.
in the offense. And I'd say on each team, I'd say the tight end for the Bills and the Packers is no worse than their number two receiver,
Yeah.
and that also cuts into the available targets for the wide receivers. Plus, both teams are being that they're fairly successful are playing ahead a lot. I think until what stat did I see in the Packers game last week where they've been ahead by 10 in all but like a handful of quarters or something
Hmm.
like that?
Hmm.
Like they've had sustainable like leads like consistently throughout the season. And as such, you're not passing as much.
Don't no
You're
need to air it out. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So that's one of the bugaboos about having wide receivers on a winning team is they're just not used as often. So yeah, but also Tony, like a lot of people, if you have a weakness, it might be tight end. I mean, we'll
Mhm.
see. Barner's a nice pickup. I remember he got picked up during that run on tight ends in free agency.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think like almost every free agent tight end picked up that week scored a touchdown,
Yeah.
and Barner
Yeah,
was one of them.
yep.
Yeah, except for the one Ken ended up with. Ken had Barner and then let him go,
Yep.
and then Barner
Yep.
scores for you. Um,
Tommy Tremble.
yeah, that's right, Tommy Tremble.
TNT, baby.
Great pickup.
TNT. He was thunderstruck. But now we've got a potential keeper there if Barner ends up settling into the job and holding off Elijah Arroyo, and 41 points from a tight end is not bad,
Yeah.
but yeah. But that said, and that's if that's arguably your weakness, you're doing fine.
All right. Next
Okay.
up.
Next, my team. Tim, did you profile on my team?
I did.
Oh,
Yes. Um, so um, Jay Ryan, I think you'll eventually pass me for the division. You and
oh,
Jeremy both, actually.
yeah.
And I think it's all around the fact that I have no bench and I'm one
Oh,
injury away from dropping off. And you and Jeremy have just the deepest teams, I think, in the league. Your surprise, I think it's your wide receivers, highlighted by George Pickens.
Yeah,
mhm. Yeah, no
He's our
kidding. What a
number one, or I'm sorry, he's our number three wide receiver.
That's crazy.
And Puka Nakul was number one before he got injured. So
Mhm.
I think the surprise is wide receivers. Disappointments, we've already talked about this. Travion Henderson.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
man.
I had forgotten until I looked at this that you got him in the second
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 round.
round.
round. I know. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh my
yep,
God.
but probably needs to be mentioned too is Derrick Henry. And what do you see
Yeah.
happening
Oh,
with him in the second half?
oh my God. Well, if Jackson's healthy, if Jackson's playing, and just as importantly, Ronnie Stanley, if the offensive line's more healthy and you've got that competent quarterback there to keep safeties out of the box, he's got a better shot, like in week one. Yeah, it's remarkable to see what this man can still do with a healthy supporting cast, but unfortunately, we've seen what constrains him with Cooper Rush behind center and Ronnie Stanley absent, and also unfortunate game scripts that have resulted from that. That where the Ravens find themselves down by multiple touchdowns and aren't running as much. Yeah, I. So that said, there's a lot of variables there. I mean, it's clear that from the last game in the first game of the season, like he's not gassed. He still has a lot of Derrick Henry in him. Is he having, is he due the sort of renaissance that McCaffrey's enjoying? I don't think so, but a better outcome in the second half than his first half is certainly possible. But like I said, that has a lot to do with the health of his supporting cast.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky with tight end this year. Tyler Kraft was a late round pick, and he's basically become a regular starter. I mean, that guy just scores touchdowns. Um, yeah, Tucker Kraft. I'm sorry, not Tyler, Tucker Kraft, another South Dakota tight end product. Anyway, yeah, but in terms of my keepers, probably Rice and Nakua again for a 10th and 11th, unless Gadsden turns out to be the second coming of his dad at tight end, or the next Antonio Gates. I mean, like he looked like in the last game. But yeah, absent that remote possibility, I've got to stay with these two 1A wide receivers. They're real difference makers for their teams, and I'm lucky to have them at the positions I do.
All right.
And
All
then
right.
we didn't even talk about the fact that you have two quarterbacks and they're both top five
Yeah.
quarterbacks.
Top
Oh
five.
yeah, yeah.
100
So,
point
No,
plus quarterbacks.
yeah.
yeah, I know. Surprised no one's knocked on the door for Dak, but then again, I wouldn't be apt to give him up if something happened to Allen, to have Dak there in your back pocket. And who's been better than Allen
Yeah.
this year. Yeah, he's been more consistent. He has more points. If I'd started him last week over Allen, I wouldn't have won, but I would have done better. It's hard to believe. Like Dak Prescott is having the year that people are predicting for him for a while, and he's got that supporting cast finally, and also he's playing on a team with a terrible defense, and he has to has to
Yep.
sling it out.
Throwing it all.
Uh, yeah, yeah. He has to win shootouts, and so he's playing shootout football. He's playing arcade Tecmo Bowl football. Yeah, and it's fun, even if he's mostly on my bench. There's been many weeks that my bench has outscored my starters. And mostly it's because I'm an idiot and I changed my lineup at the last second because of something I read on the internet. But a lot of that has to do with Dak Prescott's success in this scheme and his team's total lack of defense.
All right.
All right, let's
Next
move
up.
on to Ken. Let's move on to Ken. Tim, did you do a profile of Ken?
Oh, I thought we were staying in that division. I'm sorry. Yes, I think I did do one.
It
Okay.
was brief but
Yeah, it was.
concise.
It was the last one I did. Um, Surprise player for Ken. I was shocked. I didn't realize that Keenan Allen is your leading point scoring wide receiver, and he has 65 points.
Hmm.
And one interesting thing I noted is only 8 of those points have come when Ken's actually started him. So obviously he's a backup player. I think AJ Brown has really hurt that position for you,
Oh yeah.
feeling like you needed to start him.
Yeah.
Um, but the other surprise, I just think Jackson Dart was really good free agent signing for you.
Oh
That
yeah,
is going to make your keeper.
absolutely.
Um, I know you're
Oh
not a
well,
big
if he
high
didn't, can he still keep the
quarterback.
top two running backs another year?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think
Well,
you
I
get one
mean,
more
yeah.
year. Yep.
We'll see. It's a little early to
yeah, it's a
be
little early.
crowning him as the heir apparent, and
Yeah, there
he
could be a
seems
eight.
like running into stationary objects. So
There could be a late December ACL tear on Jamar, Gibbs's part or something that might throw that into question. But yeah, you're right.
yeah, bring that up. Why don't you?
Oh,
You know,
I'll just
speaking
keep stabbing him with my voodoo doll, and maybe something will happen.
speaking of Keenan Allen, I mean, here's a guy last year who spent the year with Chicago,
so he's
and
basically retired.
he
Yeah,
was 32 years old, and then he looked 32, and it just
yeah.
wasn't doing anything. And I think we all kind of wrote him off this year. So
Mhm.
kudos to you, Ken, for, I mean, I know it was the 15th round, but just taking a flyer on Keenan Allen and
hmm
Yeah,
has definitely paid off.
yeah, yeah. His return to his original team
Yeah.
was certainly more fruitful than Adam Thielen's, and I feel like, yeah, very few people saw it coming, but he got dropped back into that familiar system with the quarterback he'd played with before, and
Yeah.
it's been nice to see.
All right. Next up.
Aiden, did you write a profile on Aiden, Tim?
I did not do it.
I think he'll make the playoffs. I think he's got a pretty solid team. Well, for starters, he's got the number one quarterback and the number
Yeah.
one tight end.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes and Tyler Warren. Well, technically Warren's tied for number one with McBride, but still, number one tight end. That's something in a league where that's scarce. 532 total points is nothing to sneeze at. His running backs aren't scary. Travis Etienne has really leveled off after his hot start,
Yes.
as
Yep.
Jacksonville is kind of mired. But if he gets his mojo back, I'd say a keeper. Tyler Warren also at fifth round cost to keep next year. It seems like a slam dunk. I'd see this as a likely, playoff team if all the playoff teams other than division leaders don't come from the scratchy division. I think
Yeah.
Aiden's sitting at 4-3 and he's got his own division to play twice. And so I'm hard pressed to say that he doesn't squeak in over, you know, somebody else. Like he's gonna be in the mix at the end, I think. Any other
Amon-Ra scoring 91 points
I know.
so far this year. That's great. And then disappointing, Justin Jefferson, who is 40,
Mm,
40 plus points behind Amon-Ra.
wow.
Just, there's the quarterback difference there.
Yep,
So
that's right. That's
it's
right.
unfortunate.
Okay, next I have Travis, and this is where things get dark. He's 3-4. He's fairly lucky to be 3-4 actually at 438 points scored. I don't see him making the playoffs. Not even in his division. Yeah, I just don't see a super deep team. Drake London leads his receivers with 49. I think London's better than that, but maybe isn't. Collins is having a terrible year, as is a lot of
Ooh, yeah.
Texans. Yeah. Collins is such a value though at the draft position he's at that you still could make an argument for him to be kept. Shane is having a great year at running back, but that's about it. Between that and Herbert, it's a seventh round quarterback who scored 97 points so far. Those are kind of his bright spots. So
Yeah,
there aren't
that's it.
many.
Yeah.
Other than that, he has spent no waiver money this year. So
Really? Well, that's
yeah,
interesting.
which is unusual for him. So maybe he's just kind of waiting for like Barkley to go down. He spends all 100 on Will Shipley or something and blows us out of the way. But and rides that horse into the sunset and
Mhm.
making us all like cry on the way to the bank. But I have a feeling that that's not going to happen, and Travis is going to be in the toilet bowl.
Right. Next up.
Yeah. Brian, yeah, once again,
Mm.
an increasingly strong team, like 87 and 81 points the last 2 weeks.
Hmm.
Rico Dowdle, my God, 75 points. That's the shocker for me. Tim, did you profile Brian?
I didn't, but I looked at, yeah, Rico Dowdle was definitely a surprise.
Yeah. And also Olave could be kind of a sneaky sleeper too, because he was a seventh rounder. I mean, he fell due to obvious concerns at the quarterback position there in New Orleans. And perhaps next year with a better quarterback, or if he gets traded, which I've heard is possible, he could have a little renaissance. But
Yeah.
even at 52 points, it's not a slouch for a seventh round wide receiver.
Yeah.
They got the Rattler. They're
Yeah, the
fine.
Rattler. Yeah.
Make fit.
His two QBs, though, both have under 80 total points. It
Yeah.
doesn't seem like this team is built, for anything other than the occasional uh, gutsy win. He's definitely been a victim of circumstance, as we've discussed.
Joe Burrow, losing Joe
You know,
Burrow. That sucks.
exactly. Yeah, that he'd be a much different team without the injuries. Um, But yeah, his arrow is pointing up with the recent success, and even Dowdle has, proved himself to be impossible to take out of the running back rotation in Carolina, even with a healthy Hubbard. So, like once again, sort of like Zach's team, not a pushover, but also not a playoff team.
Yeah.
All right.
Next team.
Anything else, Tim?
Not for Brian, and yeah, we've hit all the things we need to hit, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Did we get through all the teams? I think so. Yeah, I think we hit
Yeah,
them all.
yeah.
All right, let's move over to the free agent game. This is where we go through, scour the free agent waiver wire to find a full team, QB, running back, three wide receivers, a tight end, a kicker, and a defense to see if that total can beat anyone's regular team. Last week, Tim and Ken, you idiots talked me into some real choice folks here. We started out with Michael Penix Jr.
I love this tone. I love the way this is framed.
Yeah, I wanted better players, but these guys
Oh,
wanted
I see. Yeah.
losers like Tutu Atwell and all.
He
I
just
think I
wanted to
recall
take
That's
you
all
wanting
Ken.
Tua
well.
Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
All right, so we went with Michael Penix Jr., who had 7, Jeremy
Mm.
McNichols, who got 4, and Tutu Atwell, who had 0,
Mm.
He was
Alec
trying hard though.
Alec Manor with 2, Luke McCaffrey, who you guys were all hot on Luke McCaffrey, and I was
I
like,
even picked him up
yeah,
for my bench scoring.
that's right. And I was
In
like,
case my game went to bench scoring, I dropped a guy, Theo Johnson, who actually scored,
yeah,
to pick up a guy who got 0 points.
Luke
Um,
McCaffrey's averaging like 1 catch per game, and they're like, oh, I don't know, Luke McCaffrey, let's go with that. 0 points,
It's a
predictably.
feel-good story.
0 points for Luke McCaffrey.
He's
Harold
got a
Fannin,
famous relative.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that too.
Harold Fannin with 3, Blake Groupie with 2, and thank goodness the Kansas City Chiefs defense was on our team. 9
mm,
points for those guys. So I'm going to ask you who would be on our free agent team this week in the quarterback position. So listen, I don't
mm,
like to pick Jets. You know my policy.
mm,
But the Jets are playing the Bengals defense. So
mm,
and and Tyrod Taylor might be getting the start here. That or Andy Dalton against the Bills. Kind
mm.
of what I was thinking. Do you have any other options?
What about Mac Jones?
Mac Jones was, yeah, kind of one
Playing
that could be
Houston, they're
considered.
pretty
Good
tough against the pass,
defense.
though, aren't they?
Are they? I
Yeah,
don't know. I
that's a
don't
good
watch
guess,
any
though. I mean,
Houston games.
yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, Mac does have the best supporting cast. Arguably, well, yeah, I guess he would have if they were healthy, but
Yeah, they're not.
yeah, I mean, that's the best team. Um,
I mean,
man, I'm
otherwise
looking
we're
at
talking
Spencer
about Andy
Rattler,
Dalton
Spencer.
over against Buffalo.
Right. Yep.
Mm,
He
Could
was on
be
my team.
behind for most of the game, so maybe he gets some
yeah,
garbage time. That
yeah,
might be the
yeah.
logic for him.
Mm,
Tyrod Taylor,
mm,
Geez,
I'm
if the
not crazy
Jets
about it.
don't, or if they're not competitive this week, they're
Hmm.
probably firing their coach, right?
The
So I
Jets,
don't know.
I don't think so.
It's kind of hard to do that with Tyrod Taylor being your quarterback. It's
Yeah.
like you've already given up at that point.
Right. I guess the other thing I didn't state was they are on bye in week 9, so
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's when they why they might consider a quarterback or a head coach change. But yeah, Tyrod Taylor, I don't know. I'll leave it to you, Tony. You make the best decisions for
Yeah,
us.
because all our decisions suck anyway.
Uh, Tua is out there. I'm not gonna pick Tua. Spencer, the Rattler, snake bit against the
Mm,
Buccaneers. He,
mm,
like we said, he might not even be starting.
yeah, too
Um,
risky.
Dylan Gabriel against the Patriots, no thank you.
No,
Carson
thank
Wentz
you.
against the
Yeah,
Chargers, no thank you. So yeah, I think the answer is Andy Dalton.
the Red Rooster. Yeah.
All right, next up, running back. This is terrible.
Oh.
There isn't a whole lot out there. My kind of just shot in the dark was Brashard Smith. When you're
Mm,
when you're talking about running back, you're really kind of just looking for anyone who we've talked about this before might get close enough to smell a football, to just
mm-hmm,
smell the leather on the football. And I
mm-hmm.
think Brashard Smith has actually been had some carries as of
Yes.
recently.
Yes, he's been getting carries,
And the
especially at
Chiefs
third down.
offense has looked great.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah,
be
and he's been their
another
third
feather in
down
his cap.
guy and
Yep.
also their garbage time guy. I noticed last week. He got a
Yes,
lot
for
of
sure.
carries in garbage time. Another guy I'd throw out there is Chris Rodriguez.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, who's clearly asserted himself in that rotation. I mean, he scored a touch. Yeah, I guess,
Scored a
three carries is
touchdown.
odd. He was their goal line guy though.
Yes.
That's kind of the risk there. He's kind of like picking who is that guy who was on the Packers forever? That fullback that we'd sometimes pick in this game, that Packers fullback.
John Kuhn?
John Kuhn,
Oh
right,
my
right. This
God, I
is like
totally forgot about him.
this
Yeah.
could always be a John Kuhn week where he's gonna get you 6 points, 2 rushes for 7 yards,
Yeah.
Xavier Scott also possible. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's definitely in the Vikings rotation more than oh wait, isn't Aaron Jones coming back though?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly, so that's risky. Yeah, what else we got here? Ray
It's tough
Davis.
because this is, the big bye week. So there are a couple other names that are free agents out there right now. Like Bam Knight would be a
Oh
selection,
yeah, he'd be
but
a slam dunk this
he's on
week.
a bye. Yeah.
He's on a
So
hot, yeah. Another receiving back in sort of the Brashard Smith role that has a role on offense. Um, Justice Hill.
yep, exactly.
Yeah, he gets
We've picked him
snaps whether
before.
they're ahead or not.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, Devin Neal, I know, is the new backup in New Orleans now that Kendry Miller is out.
Right. Yeah.
He only had one carry last week, but that's bound to change. I mean, someone's going to come in relief of Kamara. Kamara won't get every running back snap, but um, what do you guys think? What names are standing out to you here? I like the Brashard Smith one.
Yeah, it's against the Commanders on Monday night.
Hmm.
I think you make a good case for Devin Neal.
Hmm.
That's unfortunately maybe against the Buccaneers, but
Smith
um,
is like low ceiling, high floor kind of, in that like he's had at least one touch every game.
right. Yeah.
Whereas you can't say that about every running back on the waiver wire right now.
Let's go Brashard Smith. Let's do it.
Yeah, this could be the week he scores his first NFL touchdown
I
on
think
like
I'd be
play
happy
action
with just,
pass
a
from the
couple
7 yard
first
line.
downs would be,
Yeah, yeah. He's clearly their third down back right now. So,
Yeah. All right. We
and
get
then you
into,
mentioned, I'm sorry, Tony, who else did you mention?
oh, I think that was it for,
Oh, okay, okay. We're just picking one RB.
yes, one running back. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
It's
not
much
two in the
easier,
Okay,
pile.
much easier
okay.
to pick wide receiver for the flex position. But um, so I'm gonna say we've got I think we got three legit
Oh
options out there
yeah.
for wide receiver. So I kind of scratched down Darnell Mooney
For
He
sure.
returned to Atlanta last week and he had a nice game, uh,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm,
relatively for
yeah.
an Atlanta wide receiver.
hmm
Um,
Gets to play the Dolphins this week.
he is limited in practice, but
Mm,
that's he's coming back from that injury. So 3 catches for 68 yards last week,
hmm
and he gets to play the Dolphins, which sounds pretty good.
hmm
The other guy is Xavier Legette, who had a big game last week, and he gets to play. Well, not gets to, but plays the Bills, who have been a little bit more judicious in handing out more yards to their opponent here lately.
hmm
And then Marvin Mims, who started out very quiet for the Broncos, but has come
mm,
on lately and gets to play one of the worst defenses that's out there right now in the Dallas Cowboys. So those are
Yeah.
three names that I found out there. What do you guys think? What are some other options that we could go with?
Oh, it's tough to argue with those three.
The name I was looking at, and this is maybe injury dependent. Do we know what the status is of Josh Downs? Because would Alec Pierce be a
mm,
play?
yeah,
Yeah,
that
Hmm.
makes
it,
Alex
it,
Pierce. Yeah,
it
right.
sounded like Josh Downs was going to be potentially not practicing, but yes, I thought about Alec
Mm.
Pierce as well.
10
A
targets last week. Crazy.
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
against he gets to play the Titans, so
Titans. Yep.
I think that is a good call, Tim.
Yeah, great pick, Tim. Um, yeah, let's go, let's include him in there for
Yep.
sure.
All right, let's do maybe him instead of Darnell Mooney, just because we don't know how Darnell is going to be doing health
hmm
wise.
Yeah.
And
Also
do we
playing
know
the
who's throwing the
Dolphins,
ball?
the Atlanta could very well get up early and just run it
Yeah,
too, you
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, whereas well, I mean, the Titans aren't more competitive than the Dolphins are, but I also think that Jones is a more talented passer.
All
Yeah.
right, you guys like Xavier Legette and Marvin Mims?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of like with the free agent team trying to find that quarterback wide receiver combo to kind of
Yes.
make your points look good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Xavier and Andy Dalton, sure.
All
Yeah.
right. Tight end, Theo Johnson is who I kind of came up with.
hmm
Well,
Uh,
we have the people on the call who can
yeah,
answer who have rostered him.
he like listen,
Not a bad choice. Not a bad
last
choice.
week last week he scored on a very fluky play. It kind of bounced around and he ended up with it. So, um, you're kind of just hoping for maybe some more flukiness, but he's out there.
Are you saying you don't expect a repeat performance from the Muth?
I
An
think
encore?
tight end is a wasteland, and
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason none of us bet on Pat Freiermuth after his big week,
yeah,
like
and you're playing the Eagles, which is going to be a tough matchup for the Giants.
yeah.
Even though the Giants did beat the Eagles just 2 weeks ago, right?
That's right. That's right. That was
Hmm.
Yeah,
Scadabo's coming up party.
that's right.
Yep.
Kind of too. Yeah, it was
A
a
hard fought
rivalry.
game though. So
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But yeah, no, I can't argue with I don't know, Theo's the pick, right? For us?
I think we're going to go with Theo. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, kicker.
Mm,
I had kind of marked down Jake Moody against the notoriously porous Ravens defense, but
mm, that's right. And there's no weather. Well, if there's weather, you know. Yeah. I mean, the Ravens defense is not stopping anyone out of,
no.
Right.
not keeping anyone out of their end of the field. So even if Chicago's vaunted offense stalls out on the 30, that's all the better for Moody. And Moody was a hero just the other
Just
week.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he's
I
got,
think he's the no-brainer.
yeah, I agree. Him or Lutz, because I also expect Denver to keep up its scoring ways against the Cowboys, also porous
That's
defense
true. That is
at
true.
home too. But
Yeah.
we've also seen Sean Payton's predilection to, going for two. Which is one reason I dropped Lutz when I owned him. It's like he doesn't kick field goals, but he goes for it on fourth down a lot, and he goes for
Yeah.
two a lot.
Yeah.
So it's hard. As good as Will Lutz is, and as good an offense as that can be at home, and with the
Yeah.
other home field advantages that provides a kicker, I agree. I think we should stick with Moody.
All right. And then defense, I think it's a no-brainer to go with the Chiefs against the
Mm.
Commanders
Agreed.
team, who
Yep.
is going to be putting out a backup quarterback out there. Who is that going to be? Marcus
Mm,
Mariota?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mariota.
who's
Mariota's not a
competent?
slouch, but still.
Yeah,
No,
he's
yeah.
competent. Yeah,
That
yeah,
and their wide receiver core is still all
Yes.
banged up.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All
Yep.
right.
And the Chiefs play at home.
mhm.
Yep.
All right.
All of it's a bad sign.
The chefs it is. All right. That's going to do it for the free agent game. Let's move over to the week ahead.
Mm.
And the starting lineups in the first game. What five me a worry versus we ain't found shit. And like many teams out there, I need to find a tight end before the week starts. So I'll be scouring the waiver wire for a tight end.
It's
Oh
a
yeah.
good thing no one would roster three tight ends,
Yeah.
to
Well,
keep you from getting them.
Oh no, I'm
I'm
not.
gonna be one of those here. So,
Yeah, he may be a future Theo Johnson owner, is what I'm
oh,
hearing. But
someone, yeah.
yeah, hey,
Um,
if you want to trade a 15th rounder for Kate Otten, I'm in business.
yeah. I mean, Jeff's gonna be putting Tez Johnson and Khalil Shakir out there.
Yeah, it's two
Uh,
new guys
two
as
new
well.
guys. Jeff's first three people just scare the crap out of me.
Oh yeah,
Um, so yeah.
and after that, yeah,
After that, yeah, maybe not so
the
much.
hayride gets a little less haunted.
Yeah.
The corn maze becomes a straight line.
But yeah, Jeff is a 2 point favorite right now with me not having a tight end. But yeah.
Mm, yeah. Whereas, yeah, your team's pretty solid. Like your three wide set. McCaffrey, obviously,
Yeah, I mean Ashton
Ollie
Jersey's a
Gordon is another guy
buy.
that had another ex-Wisconsin
Yeah.
running back. We've talked about a
Ollie
lot.
has done
Oh no, I'm sorry.
absolutely
He's not. I got to mix up with Melvin Gordon. He's
Melvin Gordon.
Oklahoma
Yeah.
State. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Yeah, where's my mind? But anyway, like another guy with a lot of helium going into the season that hasn't panned out, but also
Yeah.
you can't cut. You kind of got to hold on to if you
Right.
can.
Yeah.
But even so, looking at your running backs, this is with Ashton on bye. This is a clear three wide week, and
Yeah.
you,
Sure.
I have no truck with the three you've started. Yeah.
All right. Moving on. It's K Sarah versus Breakfast Clubbing Seals. Travis needs to pick up a kicker, it looks like.
Mm. Hmm.
So something to keep an eye on out for that. And then Lucky needs to do some lineup maintenance. Jaden Daniels is not going to be out there, so
Yeah.
Yeah, he's officially out for week 8.
so
Yeah. I
that's,
I'm confident Lucky will adjust his lineup.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Baby Billy's Bible Bonkers versus Garrett Scolgers, and Al needs to find a tight end. He's also in the same spot. So, but yeah, Brian is actually favored in this one by 10 points.
Hmm. Hmm. Wow.
Starting Aaron Rodgers because
Oh
Sam
well, that's
Darnold's
with
on a bye.
McBride. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
once Al picks up a waiver wire tight end, he'll only be favored by 6 or 7. So,
Yeah, but still. Um, so Brian is going with Brees Hall though.
oh, that starting running back combo for Al.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Ouch.
that's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
If Brian puts in T Higgins instead of Brees Hall, I will pick Brian.
I'm gonna pick Brian anyway. Just looking at Al's starting lineup.
That's
I
true.
mean, Jones against the Titans kind of feels like fool's gold in the sense that, oh wow, he's going to cream him. Yeah, in the first quarter, and then he won't have to pass anymore, and it'll be all JTT. Um, yeah, he's got a couple of like mm,
And
running backs
if
and
you
wide.
believe the narrative that, excuse me, Brees Hall might get traded,
Ooh,
this would be the game to showcase him against the Bengals.
that's
Right.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
I
That's right.
suppose. All right,
Who knows?
next up, the big beautiful team versus interesting facts about Matt Wallner. Gee, Ryan, you
Mm.
are a 20-point favorite in this team because Zach has got one, two, three, four people on a bye. Um,
Well, that explains it. I
It's
looked
a
at it
Wednesday
there, it's
night.
like
It's a Wednesday night.
it's not just because my
right.
team's that good. I'm a 20-point favorite. Yeah, it's because it's Zach, and he's not going to start his lineup till like 9:58 in the morning
Yeah.
on Sunday. But I feel like I'm not. I'm not scared of his team, but I also am aware that this could be a trap game, and this could be the game that all these guys who haven't scored touchdowns in 4 weeks will suddenly score touchdowns.
Well,
That
it's
said, I'm
not.
going three wide this week, even though I have healthy running backs on my bench. I just don't love Bill right now after
Against the
watching him in
Chiefs.
the
Yeah.
last. Yeah, he's kind of inconsistent, and he's been splitting carries with Rodriguez, and
Yeah.
you know, yeah, he's had 2 weeks in a row that have been kind of clunkers after his big coming up party against the Chargers, and these were teams against, the Bears and the Cowboys, not teams known for their great rushing defense.
No, that Bears game though was in the rain. It was just a
Yeah,
really
that's true.
gross
And he
game.
fumbled
Yeah.
once or twice in that game, and then Dobbins, he's getting vultured at the goal line by his own quarterback. He's splitting carries with Harvey. I thought if I'm going to start a Bronco, I'm going to start a wide receiver this week. So, Jeremy, take note. Cortland Sutton has scored, he's, fair amount of points for a wide receiver, 59 over 7 weeks. In the 2 weeks I've started him, he's scored a total of 1 point. So I'm starting Cortland Sutton. So Jeremy, when you go to Snoqualmie this weekend, take the under on all of Sutton's stats.
There you go.
Any stat related to Sutton, take the under because I'm starting him. Other than that, I'm really happy with Pickens and Rice. Kraft, of course, Allen. Allen at the Panthers also feels like that kind of Daniel Jones versus the Titans kind of thing, where it's like, I don't know if this team will put up enough of a fight for Allen to actually ball out. But yeah, that said, talent wise, I think I've got Zach beat, but you never know.
I think you're going to win this game easily because I'm not so sure that. Do I think that Zach will switch out Zach Charbonnet and Trey Tucker? Yeah, probably.
Hmm.
I think he's going to go out and pick up a new defense and a kicker. Maybe I'm a little less certain of that.
Yeah, right, right, right. He's content to not get negative points from the defensive
Yes.
position. Yeah,
All
I
right.
understand.
Next up, Shakespearean Al versus the Bong Bus. Ooh, two people on the
Ooh.
podcast playing each other. You know what that means.
What?
This this is where if I had like a soundboard, sirens could go off.
Yeah. Bah, 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 bah. Yeah. Means we all have to
Uh,
throw a beer into the street.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Tim, you
Well,
are a 2 point favorite over Ken.
Hmm. Well, and this is with like updated lineups. No one has a bye week player in their lineup. This is
Yeah, this
this is
is
where you guys like barring an injury in practice between now and then. These are the lineups. Hmm.
Yeah,
This is the game of
probably.
the week, guys. Look at I
this
like
is the game of the week.
yeah.
I think it's going to come down to will Jalen Hurts run or throw the ball?
Yeah,
Mm,
exactly.
mm,
Does it go
mm,
to AJ Brown or does he run? Yep.
Yep.
mm-hmm. Either
Or will
way,
it
who
be
scores?
Devontae Smith getting the air raids? So I'm challenged. I have to go three wide. Gibbs is on bye this week. So
Yes.
Tim has caught me in a vulnerable moment in my life.
Mhm.
Just as I always planned. You're not going to
Yeah.
go with both Atlanta wide receivers or both Atlanta running backs?
Mm,
Cover your bases.
It's
yeah.
tempting, but
I'm
you know
just
what?
planting some ideas
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I've been hearing the stats about Keenan Allen, so I kind of have to start him.
All right.
Yeah, I know against that Viking secondary that was so
Mhm.
burnable last week.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that Tyler Agil will probably be in a position for a goal line carry, but I'm going to be optimistic that it's going to be a Mr. Robinson show.
mhm, yeah.
All right, next game is well, the last game, Shardy Fartenheimer versus three ball combo.
Hmm.
Uh Shardy is a 12-point favorite over
Ooh.
Aiden. Aiden does well, he needs to find a new kicker regardless
Hmm.
if Cam Little is on a bye or if he is not on a bye. He is on a bye, but
Hmm.
New
um
kicker time.
new kicker
Yeah.
time. Yep, change the sheets.
Well, both
Um
these defenses are playing, smash. Like they're both playing the two
yes.
worst teams in the league at home.
Yes.
So, yeah, boy, this is
Shardy's got Lamar Jackson in there, assuming that he's going to play against the Bears.
mhm,
Hope
So,
springs eternal.
I
mhm.
mean,
At least he'll know early. So, Jordan Love plays in the late game that night, so he won't be
yeah.
caught goofy-footed if
Eight,
Lamar can't go.
Aiden's got both of his or two wide receivers in the Thursday night game. So
Yeah.
gonna know
Mm,
a lot here at the end of Thursday.
hmm
Yeah.
Ooh, and forced to start one running back, and that one running back is Jalen Warren.
Yeah, I know that's
Eee.
not great, but
Yeah.
you do what you got to do. All right.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
Jeremy probably is the favorite here for a reason, the heavy favorite.
Yeah. Those matchups. I mean, that's just a smash spot for JTT,
Yeah.
against the Titans. That could be another 3 touchdown game. Not scared of those wideouts, Hollywood Brown and Rashid
No,
Shaheed, but
no.
hey, this could be like a repeat of your game, Tony, last week, where one guy, one running back scores half the points for a
Yes.
lineup.
Yeah.
And that might be enough in this case.
It's probably going to be Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the NFL pool picks. Ken, what happened in the NFL pool last week?
Tim won it outright. 14 correct
Yeah.
selections.
Wow.
Only
Yeah, he
missed
ended my
the
winning
Thursday
streak.
night game.
Yeah, as did we all.
We all did, yeah.
Yeah, we all did. Yeah, but yeah, you busted my winning streak. I had a nice little run going there.
Yeah.
Tim is now officially the third person to win this year.
Mhm.
And then look at spots 1 through 4 is 76 points, 75 points, 74 points, 73 points.
Yeah, it's tightening. I mean, Tony, you had a really commanding lead
Yeah,
after the
no.
first 4 weeks or so, and
Yeah, you had a bad week
Yeah, I
this
know.
Yeah,
week and
week
gave us some
5
life.
just
Mhm.
Week 5,
did
yeah.
not help.
Yeah, week 5 hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah, there were a lot of upsets that week, I guess. And then, yeah, this week everyone came back to life. Everyone but one person got double-digit picks right. Yeah, so yeah, it's a tight race at the top. There's uh, only a 3 point differential between the fourth place and the first place person. So that's yeah, it's anyone's race.
Yeah,
All
9
right.
more weeks to go.
Yep.
And for the Shadow League,
Mm,
did we
not
have,
so
did
close.
someone
Well,
change,
it's close at the very top.
did
Yeah.
someone change their team name?
What?
Yes,
Oh,
Travis.
Travis did.
Yes.
Mid-tier dream team. Okay.
Oh,
Travis
okay.
is your leader in the Shadow League. Lucky second, Al third, Ken fourth,
I
me
don't know
fifth,
how.
um,
That's me.
Tim sixth, Jeremy
Jeremy.
seventh, and Jay Ryan bringing up the rear
Oh,
by
yeah,
by a
someone's got to.
long shot. Wow.
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing there's a chance. Yeah.
Wow.
No,
Oh my
we're
God.
not.
I looked at my team roster today and it was like, there's no hope. It's
You never know. You never know with the Shadow League.
cosmically embarrassing. Yeah. Like I generally I limited my alcohol intake during our draft. And then during the Shadow League draft, I just let it fly. Yeah. It's like, you know what? Yeah. Put some vodka in my beer. I
Sure.
felt like, yeah.
All right.
Clearly. Yeah, but I don't intend to just blame my intake. I blame myself. This was poor judgment
Well,
in my auction league
takes
this
a
year.
big man to admit that. All right. That's going to do it for us this evening. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will talk to you next week. Bye, everyone.